Welcome to this video explaining how to use and set up the dividend report workbook for your dividends each year. In this video we're going to look at the input data worksheet, and the worksheets that you use are the yellow ones along the bottom here. They're where you enter your data, and we're going to have a look at input data. There's also on the instructions worksheet a link to the videos in our training portal. So when using this workbook, if you get stuck and forget what to do, just click on that link and it will take you to our training portal. You can then use your username and password that you were set up with to go in and have a look at these videos. Moving on to the input data workbook, you first will put your company name in. So let's assume that's John Smith Limited. Meeting address. This can be either your home address or a physical office if you have one. It's going to be used in the minutes when we print them out when you declare a dividend. So let's assume we're going to use our home address, Whale Avenue, Poole, BH52BQ. Next you need to say what type of bookkeeping you're doing. This will be full or cash. Full bookkeeping is where you record your sales invoices and your supplier invoices in the bookkeeping system as you receive them. Cash is where you only account for your sales and when your customer pays you or when you pay your supplier. So that will be either full or cash, and we'll assume in this instance it's full. Company registered number. These normally begin with a 0, so you want to use the apostrophe key on your keypad. That's the apostrophe below the @ sign that you would use if you were typing an email address. So if we put the apostrophe and then put 0257 company number, you'll see then that Excel recognises that as a number. You then want the name of the company secretary. Now some of the newer companies don't have a separate secretary, they just have the director. If that's the case, you put their name in if that's you, or your name if that's you. If you have a separate secretary, then you put their name in. So let's assume John Smith is the director and the secretary. You want to put the year end in. It's important to make sure you put the right format, which is 31 and then /, in this case it's March 16, so /16. If you try to put a wrong format in, say using the full stop, the system won't let you and it will tell you that you need to re-enter it. Also, if you try to enter a date that's too old, the system will also tell you that you need to re-enter it. So remember, it's the date with a / on your keypad in order to enter that correctly. Individual share value is normally £1. You'll find that on your accounts, your statutory accounts. Again, if you're unsure, just give us a call, drop us an email and ask us. Then we're going to enter the details of our shareholders. So in this case, John Smith's a shareholder. We need to say whether he's a director, secretary or shareholder. It will be his primary role, so these are in order of importance, and the first one that he is director. His shareholding is 50 shares. Opening director's loan account. If you want to keep an eye on how much the company owes you or how much you owe the company, you can do that using this workbook. And the opening director's loan account, you can get this from 0 by going to reports, all reports, and then account transactions. And if we put in John Smith's director's loan account, and we want it from, we're doing 31st March 2016, so we want it from 31st March 15. So we'll put in 31st March 15 to 1st of April 15, just so we pick up that opening balance. And because we're using the demo company, that balance is 0, but undoubtedly in your business you'll have a figure there. And if you look at the note here, if you owe the company money, you want to put that in as a positive, but if the company owes you money, you put that in as a negative. So we'll put in 0 for John, and then we want to put his address. So he works from home, so his address is 1 Whale Avenue, Poole, BH52BQ. His wife Anne is also a shareholder. Now, she's not a director, she's not the secretary, so the first one of those that applies to her is she's a shareholder. She also has 50 shares. She doesn't have a director's loan account because she's not a director, Although if she owed the company money or the company owed her money, again you could use this workbook to keep an eye on that. And her address is also 1 Whale Avenue. There's a useful cell down here that you can use to save the workbook. So when you're ready to save it, you can just copy that, save as, and in the file name just paste, which is Control V. So to copy it's Control C, and to paste it is Control V, and that's a very quick way just to name this workbook for you. So that's the input data, and in the next video we'll look at the bookkeeping checklist.